Hi, I would like to share with you the scripture from the book of Esther. It's the entirety of chapter 1. I'm going to start with verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces, that in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which is in Shushan the palace, in the third year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces bringing before him, when he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. And when those days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto the great and the small. 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen, and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, vessels being diverse one from another, excuse me, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to law, none did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house, that they should do according to every man's pleasure. And Vashti the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Bagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. And next unto him was Karshena, Shethar, and Admatha, um, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, in which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law, because she has not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains? And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen has not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king of Ahasuerus. For the deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported to King Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall all the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal state unto another that is better than she. And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give unto their husbands honor, both to the great and small. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan, for he sent letters unto all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. Uh, that's a lot to unpack right there. I mean, this chapter is talking about King Ahasuerus of of the Medo-Persian Empire, and he threw basically threw a party, and he got drunk with wine. Not only he, but also his chamberlains, and just and he was basically calling for his wife, the Queen Vashti, to come out before him wearing the royal crown and to parade herself. And Queen refused to do that, and so he got angry, and he sought advice from his advisors, and they were basically saying that not only has the queen done wrong to the king, she also done wrong to all princes of his empire, because when word gets out that she refused to come before the king when she was commanded. I mean, all the wives and nobles, both the great and small, would also despise their own husbands, and basically commanded that Vashti would no longer appear before the king as queen, and that her state would be given unto another woman, and that the decree would be passed out throughout the empire that all wives should honor their husbands, and that's what that's what the king did when he was basically drunk, and basically made a decree that Vashti would no longer appear as queen before him, and that husbands should rule over their own houses, and just I mean, there are people who make Vashti out to be a bad queen, because that she was she treated the Jewish slaves very badly, and just was all around a bad queen. However, a more generous reading of that verse is basically that the king was basically so drunk that he was commanding the queen to come out wearing nothing but her royal crown, and that she was parade around like a stripper at an adult establishment, and just and the queen is like, "What? You want me to appear only in my crown and dressed in nothing?" I mean, and she refused to come out, basically to preserve her dignity, because the king was calling for something that she refused to do, because it was basically beneath her dignity, and the king became very angry, and decided to punish her for disobeying the king's command, and basically give her position as queen to another woman, and just and divorcing her. So it was really sad that in this reading that Vashti got punished for what the king asked her to do, and this punishment was extended also to all the women in the kingdom. They were married to like princes, and also the great and small, and just that husband must bear rule over his own household, and it was like that. I mean, that women are nothing more than slaves in his kingdom, and just yeah. Sometimes standing up for yourself can can cost you a great deal, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't stand up for ourselves, we're, especially as Christians when we're asked to do something that's basically against God's commandment. I mean, Peter the apostle says that if you suffer wrongly as a Christian, don't. I mean, the, let me let me go to that scripture right there, and I mean, he says First Peter chapter 4, starting with verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though something strange is happening to you. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may also be glad with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are you, for the Spirit of glory and of God rests upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on his behalf. I mean, there's nothing wrong with suffering shame as a Christian as long as you're doing what God commands you to do, and as long as you're living righteously before God. And if that means that you have to lose your job or anything, lose your friends, then you should basically consider as part of your sacrifice unto God, that you be willing to go through such trouble to glorify God on this behalf. That when you suffer for being a Christian, God, God is honored by what you have to give up in this world for things that you're going to get in the world to come. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this this discussion. So have a good day, and may God bless you.